Hello, ladies and gents. Let's try this again. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for supporting this channel, watching my videos, supporting my other channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. There's actually a new video up. I'm doing a role play and I'm pretending to be a Grammys attendee, at the 2019 Grammys. Trying to do something a little bit different. And that video is up. There'll also be another new video tomorrow, so trying to figure out what I want to do with that one, but I'll have to figure it out by tomorrow morning before work because I'll have that up mid-afternoon. Now, let's jump into this review for the one and only The Passage, Season 1, Episode 5, and it's How Are You Gonna Outrun the End of the World? Now, it starts off with Agent Brad and Amy. They're having this little banter back and forth. Remember, they keep going over what's the game plan, how are they going to get out of here. And remember, they kept using the tree house in order to go and see, all right, how much time do we have? Okay, will we be able to go that route or this route? And they figured out an opening, so they're going to use that. They will need some help, but Amy is already exhibiting powers, and she's hiding it right now. She's reading minds, but she's not telling Brad, which is important, especially how their relationship has been. Nicole, so Dr. Nicole, she's talking to Jonas. I'm just going to call him Lear, Dr. Lear. And she's promising him that she'll kill him herself if she has to, if he turns. Because remember, in the last episode, when that other doctor was killed, blood got on him. They weren't sure whose blood it was, so now he needs to go and quarantine himself. Before he did that, he went and talked to his wife, Elizabeth. And we're going to see a lot of Elizabeth this episode. Elizabeth, remember, she's sick. She doesn't remember who he is, and that's why he was trying to create this cure to help her. Whew! That was a mouthful. Now, we see Leela. She's still hanging around, Leela and Lacey. So Lacey, she's crying and she's looking up to the sky and she's asking Leela, hey, what do you do when you feel lost? Leela says, oh, well, I breathe, I go back to my training, and I check my fundamentals. And I'm thinking, that's not what she was. Okay. All right. But it did spark something in her mind, so it was fine. And she figured, you know what? Cool. Let's try that. I'm thinking, no, she was talking about the... Anyway. Now we have a conflict. It looks like a head honcho who's a part of Project Noah came because he's trying to figure out, hey, this happened. You guys didn't have a handle on it. What's really going on? And that's when the truth comes out, where they thought they were developing something for the bird flu. And it turns out that it went left. It went very left. And this guy's there to actually militarize what they've come up with. And that's what he wants. Dr. Nicole does not want that. But the other doctor does. And he's tired of playing second fiddle. So he said, I can promise you that we can control them and weaponize them. And he's essentially given 24 hours to do so. I'm thinking, oh my God, you imbecile. It never works out the way you want it to. Dummy. Big dummy. Anyway. Now, Amy and Brad, they're trying to have a conversation, but it's in the middle of everyone. And she's still... I think this is when he realizes that, oh, she can read his mind. By the time that happens, it doesn't matter because now Brad is going to be taken away. And they need some time with Amy, which made me very nervous. They knocked out Brad downstairs because they know they can't leave him alone. He's too well trained to just be left alone. Conscious. And Lacey goes to this church. It looks like a Catholic church. And she used to stay there. She used to be a part of it. And I said, okay, now we're getting more of her background. Interesting. So she's not going to go away for a while. Got it. Leela was there saying, hey, we need your help. We just need somewhere to crash. We're not here to go and mess up anything you have going on. And the nun said, all right, you can stay for the night. Lear is talking to Elizabeth. Like I said, even though Elizabeth is out of it, doesn't know what he's talking about. There's this confrontation between Nicole and Clark because Nicole knows that Clark lied. And Clark feels like they're just not on the same side. They're not on the same team at this point. They should be because they love each other, but that's real life. In real life, it's not just, okay, we have this goal, this singular goal. No, most of the time, most people have multiple goals. And maybe the one that they have with another person is the biggest one and the most important, but it doesn't mean that it's the only one, which is also important. Now we go back in time, and this episode had a lot of going back in time. We see Fanning. Fanning was hanging out with Elizabeth while Lear was doing this presentation, and it's important because instantly I realized, oh no, Elizabeth and Fanning had a rendezvous. I knew it. The moment that I saw those two, the chemistry was undeniable. This camera will not focus. Why won't you focus? Okay. Anywho. Now, this creepy guy who, again, he's not the main person in charge, but he's one of the head honchos that came down to go and see what's going on with Project Noah, so he wanted to talk to Amy by herself. And Amy does not trust him. Remember, she can read minds. Thankfully, Dr. Lear came, and remember, Nicole comes, and Amy can read minds, so she knows what people's true intentions are. So she knows Dr. Nicole is not a bad person. And I like the fact that Dr. Nicole, stopped the interview before things got out of hand. And she's just saying how, look, I'm going to help you get out of here. Because now she realizes that they're going to use this child. And she already felt bad enough for bringing the child to this place and putting her in harm's way. And now they want to turn her into a weapon? Oh no, not on her watch. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. So now that Brad is knocked out, he's talking to Anthony. And we see Anthony, I guess, he's having a flashback of being with his mom. And remember, Anthony doesn't trust Brad because Brad brought him there in the first place. So why would he trust him? But he just wants to help Amy. He's like, I love the fact, it's interesting that Amy happened to come to a facility where it was partially being run by this black woman, and she made friends with this, I would say like in his 20s, black man who probably looked at her like a little sister or a little cousin. And I feel like because they saw themselves so much in that little girl and wanted to protect her even more than the other people probably did just because she was young. Because there is a difference. There is a difference. Think of it. All those black people in a predominantly white space, and they're not in control. And here comes this black girl who's there, and no one's really saying what's going on with her. One person knows, and she's over it, and she's just praying that this doesn't happen to her. And now they're saying they want to use her? Oh no! She was already a child, but no. Like I said, that could be their daughter, that could be their sister, could be anything. No. They're going to protect Amy. They're going to protect Amy, and I just love that message. Brad's going to protect Amy. All of these people are going to protect this young girl. So Brad wakes up because he realizes, hey, I don't have much time. They're going to make a move soon, as in the vampires. That's what I'm calling them. I don't care. Anyway. The overzealous doctor wants to figure out which vampire he wants to use. And like I said, Fanning and Elizabeth, they had some type of a relationship, and it was tragic because at first we're thinking, oh, Lear doesn't know. Lear is now having a vision of Fanning, and Lear's afraid because Fanning is blaming Lear for not giving his wife the cure, for not helping his wife. But it's because Fanning loves Elizabeth. And so he's going to do what he needs to do to take care of her. And I said, uh-oh. So now that Brad is working with Nicole, they're going to hide out in the cold storage room until they can find a way to get out. Now, while all of that is going on, overzealous doctor is thinking that he's actually controlling one of the vampires. That's what he thinks. I said, what made you actually believe that you can control him? Really? What proof did you have proof that you were controlling him? Because you said jump and he jumped? Really? That's what you thought? You thought? That's what you thought. You idiot, you dummy. Anywho, Brad and Amy talk, and this is where Brad says, you can tell me anything. So that's when she says that Shauna has been visiting her, and she also can read minds. And so then he also needs to train her how not to read minds. That's important because it's going to be too much for her. And some people have some wicked thoughts. That's the last thing you want for that young girl to be exposed to be bogged down by. It's too much. Now things take a turn because overzealous doctor was trying to figure out why is he unable to control the viral now that the boss is there watching him. It's because you're a dummy. Fanning said that he can help Elizabeth in ways that Lear couldn't. So he goes and visits her in her, foggy state of mind, and he clears it away and says that he brings color to it. Everything was like grayed out and foggy. He brings color to it. He brings dimension, and he's going to help her because she doesn't even remember who she is. And this is when I realized, they are about to get out and revolt, and there is nothing the humans will be able to do about it. Clark is visited by Shauna again. And remember, Shauna has a connection with Clark. And so she's using that in order to really help herself. She sees that, hey, we need Amy. Amy's on the run. You don't know this, so I'm going to give you that information. They're downstairs in the cold cellar. You need to go and get her now. And so we see Brad and Amy. They're hiding out. At first there was 2 maintenance people or custodial people bringing some chemicals, and they left, but then they came back. And so Brad had to beat both of them up. And he did a wrestling move on one of them and got him in the neck. The other person, he smashed their head against the freezer door, knocked him square out. And now we see Leela and Lacey have a deep conversation. Lacey said she came to them as a young girl and she needed a purpose. She stayed for them a little while, but life passed her by, and she just didn't really know what her purpose was. And she realizes now that her purpose is to save Amy, save that bright young light in the world, and make sure that it doesn't go out. And I said, I am loving every moment of this. So now that we see Lila going and praying, reconnecting with her spirituality, she gets kidnapped. And I'm sure she gets kidnapped because they probably need leverage, because they realize that Brad's gonna go and do something foolish. So if they can take her, it's a mess. Overzealous doctor, again, trying to see why he's unable to control the vampire. And it was cool how they did it. He didn't realize it, but the entire time he was in a dream state. And the vampire was showing him how everything that you do, I'm controlling. You're looking at yourself do these things in real time, you dummy. And he showed him unlocking the vampire, opening the door, opening all the doors. So the vampire went and killed him. I already knew that he was going to die. But before that, he went and ran to Lear like, oh my gosh, it was a mistake. I thought I was controlling it, but it wasn't controlling it. I wasn't controlling it. It was controlling me. And then You dummy. Um, so then he dies. The blood spatters all over Lear's holding cell. Well, I mean the glass for his holding cell. He's like, get me out! Get me out! Sound the alarms! Sound the alarms! Pound the alarm! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, BET really tried it for doing that to Nicki Minaj, as if she didn't. Anyway. That's the funny part. That's not even the first time either. I think that's like the second time that Young Money pulled out of something BET related. Because I think it was an issue with Wayne or something the first time. I forgot. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't BET. I think it was Hot 97, Summer Jam, or something like that. Anywho. So now, Brad and Amy are trying to escape. Lear is visited by Fanning, and this is where the whole truth about, Elizabeth and I had a relationship going. And Lear said, I know, I'm not stupid. He was like, huh? Yeah, I know. And I did not care. She told me, and I forgave her, because she loves me. Well, that didn't matter, because he said, Fanning said he's going to help her in ways that you can't. And by that, she's back. She's coherent. She can walk. And we see that she was given a vial, a serum. And I don't know if that means she'll turn or if she was given like a prototype serum. She'll probably turn. I mean, let's be real. We know how the show goes. Amy said it's not safe. Don't go there. I'm thinking, listen to her. She's the telepath. And now we see the vampire go and attack Brad. Brad's trying to fight it, but the vampire's too strong. So then Amy goes and like yells and does this high-pitched scream. And look, I'm congested, so I'm not going to mess with my voice like that. But she does it, and after like a good 15, it felt like 15 seconds, good 10, 15 seconds, the vampire got whooshed back. And so then she passes out. And he was like, oh, don't worry. I got you. You're okay. I'm going to stay by your side. And now he understands what they were trying to do. They're going to use her to control them or some type of mess like that. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Remember, new ASMR video tomorrow.